Hello everyone again, it's Bluecrwn and today I'm gonna present you a small overview of Karthus. Karthus is pickable in jungle, mid lane and on bot lane at the moment, and first I'm gonna present you the different runes. Firstly, you have Dark Harvest. It's not assigned for the role, the rune setup, it's mostly about how you want to play the game or the fights. Karthus with Dark Harvest is mostly for games where you want to walk into the enemies, die and just ult and spread your E and W and just ult when you're low or basically ult when you're dead. That's why you also take last stand in this one. That's why I would also recommend not taking Taste of Blood, but a Sheep Shot. But if you are laning at least, bot or mid lane, you can take Taste of Blood for a bit of sustain in lane. The other setup is the first strike setup with coup de grace or cut down. Since you don't want to be involved in fights, you're not going to be low, so last stand is not really useful. With the first strike build, it's more where you want to just play off ults and also just be back. Mostly this one is mostly the set one for jungle, but for the lanes you just have to look how it works. Then we continue with what to draft with Karthus. These champs are the mid lane champs that you want to draft with Karthus. Obviously, mostly AD champs, since you have an AP jungler. Jace is just really good right now, and also Karthus can play off the poke really good with Jace, and also Jace can move early on, since in most lanes he has the chance to get prio. Same for Tristana, she can jump in, Karthus can preemptively ult and look for a Tristana reset as well. For the S tier, Ivan is very good with him since he can support, he can also move a lot, just generate push mid lane. Same for Syndra and also same for Talia. That's why these AP champs are in here, and also Karthus is a champ which is not too bad when enemies build mercs and stuff, since he doesn't have CC, it's only the AP or like the MR, and you're getting enough magic pen anyways. Aurelia is just a very aggressive mid laner who can push and pressure. Karthus can get kills of areas, kill pressure, and also Aurelia in the correct matchup obviously can just pressure enough so she can move to Karthus if he wants to invade or gets invaded. The same thing happens with Yone. Also, like a nice combo is Yone can ult in with his like E ult in, put someone low, and he doesn't need to risk his life. Karthus can just follow up with ult. Graves mid lane is also the same. You just permanently push in and move to Karthus. It's an AD champ as well. He's a bit lower in tier though, since he doesn't have setup like the other champs here have. Then Case Hunter has a lot of setup for Karthus, and he can also drop a few CS to move. It's AD as well. Pantheon has point and click setup, it's really good early, and he can just follow up with ults, and Karthus can follow up on his ult plays as well. Lucian is just AD mid laning, generates pressure, can move to Karthus, and Ari just has setup and is also not too hurt by mercs. For B tier, Lissandra is hurt by mercs, but she can just generate prio a lot and then move to Karthus, and also the AoE combos of it are not too bad. If Lissandra goes in and ults herself, she's also not too hurt by mercs as well. Victor is not the greatest pairing. I would probably maybe even put it C. He just scales off, but he's like, if you are a mage enjoyer, Victor is just the best choice with Karthus, since he's not too hurt by mercs as well. The jungle, if you play Karthus mid lane, these are the champs you want to pair Karthus mid lane with in jungle. So Bruiser Kha'Zix obviously can just spam W's and kite with Karthus. Like Karthus can work his Q off the Kha'Zix W's. Then Maokai's in Z tier as well, since he's very strong early and you can secure Karthus early game with it. It's kind of rough, and also he can just generate a bit of pressure to help you push out mid lane and stuff like this. Viego works very well with Karthus, since it's very easy to get a reset obviously. Xin is kind of the same thing as Maokai, very strong early. You can get Karthus to his like 1 or 2 items and then just play off that basically. He has a bit of setup, he's strong enough to win early skirmishes. Jarvan is just very broken, and Jarvan can also secure Karthus mid lane early on, and also if you ults and Karthus just W's on top of it, or like he just goes in, ults Karthus with like a target you want to kill, and that's also very easy. Sejuani is there, same shit with Maokai. You just this early strong jungler, you can get enough pressure with Sejuani to push it out, and Trundle is just very strong early. You can use this E pretty well with Karthus to like get them in a spot where you want them to have, and also with the W of Karthus, it's just very good terrain control. Nocturne is just a free kill every time Karthus ults, Nocturne ults in, very free. Belveth is there because Belveth has decently strong setup, and also around the time where Herald fights are, Karthus is strong enough to contest Herald with her, and if not, then just via ults. And later on, it's very easy to get resets as well, like the way Vego works. And Rumble is there since he's not too hurt from Mercs as well. He likes to be AP, solo AP, but it's not too bad if he isn't. And also Rumble is very strong early on, level 3, level 4, and you can just take every fight with Rumble Karthus then. And for bot lane, the supports you want to pair with it are either support champs with CC, or Jenna, Bard, Senna, and Nami. Senna is kind of self-explanatory. Senna with like a mage is always good, and Karthus is just very strong. You have the slows from Senna, you have the W's done. It's very good with Karthus. Also a bit of sustain, which Karthus lacks obviously in bot lane. Rel and Nautilus are just hard CC champs. They have a lot of setup for Karthus, and Karthus wins almost every all-in bot lane with the right support. Leona is down there as well, and Alistar as well, but just since their CC is a bit more dodgeable than the other ones, they are tier below. Nami is kind of the only enchanter who's really good with Karthus, since she has the E setup, and she has also ult, she has Q to set him up, and she has sustain as well. A tier Braum seems a bit trolled since Karthus doesn't really auto-attack too much. In lane it works though, you can Q auto, or just Q auto, Q auto. It works very well, and Braum just blocks off everything early game if there's a lane or like a gank which hurts Karthus. Braum is very good to defend that, but gives you setup and also the sustain you want. Rakan is just decent setup. Rakan is good with kinda everything, to be honest. And Jenna is just very aggressive early. You can play off her Qs, you can play off her Ws, and if Karthus needs to be peeled after level 6 in early game, then Jenna is also very good at peeling that. For the runes, these are your starting item: Dark Seal, Doran's Ring, or Sapphire Crystal. For jungle, it's either the red or the blue jungle item. Your core items are Liandry's, Rabadons, and Void Stuff. And then if you want to go Morello, please only go Morello on the first strike one, since on the first strike one you're gonna apply it very easy just by pressing ult, but if you go Dark Harvest, go more in and don't ult till the end, Morello is not very useful. Xyonias is also self-explanatory. It's very good with the Dark Harvest way of playing, since you just go in, you get into the stasis, you buy time, and then after you die, you buy even more time. If you're solo AP, you can go Shadow Flame, and Demonic Embrace just gets you a lot more tanky. So Karthus' way of drafting is kinda easy, to be honest. He can be picked in a lot of ways. He can be picked very early on blue side, for example, since he's not giving too much away of the comp. He's a 3 rare flex, and as I said, Merc's value is not too high versus him, so you can either pick it B2, B3, or you can also pick it B4, B5. I would just not recommend picking it B1. On red side, you have the chance to pick it on R1, R2, R3, and on red side, you kinda can pick it everyone. The weakest would probably be one R1, R2, and I would probably recommend either drafting at R3, 4, or 5. But on red side, you can mostly draft it permanently just because it's so flexible and also doesn't give away too much of the different comps. That would be my Karthus video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below in the comments or DM me on Twitter. A like would be appreciated, and also a follow. My first Lissandra video almost hit 400 views now. At 500 I will maybe think of like a giveaway or something. So if you didn't watch it yet, watch it. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. See ya.